they also resent other things like the notion of objective truth and the abstract. So they can have resentment for ideas or systems of thought. It's a little bit more complex, but you can still understand very clearly that they have resentment for the notion of objective truth. The reason for this is due to the marriage of postmodernist philosophy with Marxist ideology, because in postmodernist philosophy, it is clearly stated there are no better and worse ways of interpreting the world, which is a lie. It's also stated that there's no objective right and wrong. So then you see that they're clearly morally relativistic and nihilistic as well. There's a reason why all these people that are socialists, that are communists, are also nihilistic and also morally relativistic and are also feminists. It's because the ideology of the left thrives on resentment, not just for groups like masculinity or the rich, but for mental models like objectivity, rationality, logic, the expectation that an objective truth can be realized.
Do you think sex is a duty in marriage?
No, that's why I said they want the woman to sacrifice his sex.
Look at how immediately desperate they were to all of them. No, oh my God, that would literally be like accepting that I have a role in terms of an objective world as an individual in a system that is based on morality called marriage. Oh my gosh, I have duties. That would mean that I'm an individual. I have to take responsibility. Oh my gosh. Immediately, all of them almost screamed no. It's incredible. It's incredible how quickly they prove me right.
Okay.
Pleasure.
Okay. So no, yes.
If you guys are new to the channel, you might think that I'm just like able to see through the fabric of reality, and in actuality, that's exactly what's going on. I can literally see through the Matrix and predict, like Neo himself, what's going to go through these leftist minds, because I can run models that are so sophisticated, they're actually more sophisticated than the thoughts they are having. I know their own positions better than they do and can tell you why they're saying the incoherent nonsense that they're saying when they themselves don't even know. And then I can explain why it's incoherent, illogical, and not connected with reality.
What about, Yes. Because I would say, like, if he's marrying you, he's protecting and providing. Why would you not give him sex?
No, I'm not saying I'm not giving him sex. It's just like...
Dude, you know that women will think, oh my gosh, this is oppression. Oh my gosh, it's literally oppression. But for 99% of human history, this wasn't even a discussion, because this debate never even had to happen, because women consider themselves individuals, and when they come together in a marriage, they have duties, and the husband has duties to protect and provide, and also provide physical comfort, etc. to the wife, raise children, provide resources, etc. And the woman knew her duties as well. But as soon as Marxism says, wait a second, we have to reject all notions of objective frameworks as well as individuality and individual accountability as a result of rejecting individuality, then everything falls apart. Oh my gosh, am I really supposed to make dinner for him? I mean, he just worked a 12-hour shift, but I feel oppressed.
It shouldn't be a duty. It shouldn't be like a...
Okay, if you
I'll give it to you, but you can't force me.
And it's not an ownership.
See, they're only viewing things in terms of the dichotomy of power. That is a central Marxist axiom. They insist that the only thing that mediates relationships between people is power. There's no collaboration, there's no companionship, there's no reciprocity, there's no authority, there's no competence, there is only authoritarian power. And because they reject the idea of contending with ideas based on their logic and intrinsic merit, all that they're left with is power. That's the reason why they're so authoritarian. That's the reason everything they do is so blatantly authoritarian, because as what they're doing makes no sense. They're admitting they don't care about reality, but they're going to move forward anyway. They're going to do and say these insane things anyway. Open the border. Why? We're not going to justify it to you. We're just going to do it because all we believe in is power. And then the world sees them as tyrannical and authoritarian. They get called out on X endlessly for it, and then the response is, "You're a bad person. I'm not going to contend with what you have to say because I don't have to, because I've just called you a bad person." This is their playbook, and they admit it to you. And I predict it with such precision and accuracy that these double-digit IQ bimbos could never even fathom.
See, that's like a lack of submission, though. Because if you're submissiив, you just say, okay, yeah, whenever you want, because you're the man, you're in charge.
So what if, like, I also finished at work or everything like that, and he wants to...
Why are you working? For what purpose? Inflation? Just vote Republican!
Okay, do you show up to your job when you don't feel like it?
Sorry?
Do you show up to your job when you don't feel like it?
Yes.
Being a wife is a job. That's your job. Just
That's actually a really good point, right? You're willing to submit to a boss. You're willing to engage in objective frameworks to be a boss queen and earn $35 an hour for, the rest of your life, single and childless, alone with cats, buying wine at Whole Foods. But when it comes to a husband, oh my gosh, oppression. You mean I have to make a meal? I have to heat up pasta in the microwave? That's completely, bigoted. At least just, look, it's easy. Buy the pasta at Whole Foods. It'll be high quality pasta. The same place that they sell the wine is only a few aisles over. It's very simple. Throw out the resentment to feminism.
do it because, even when you don't feel like it.
So may I ask a question then? You're a man, you're a provider. I want this, so you go get it for me. Because you're a man, you know what a woman wants. Provide that for me and that's it.
Provide
you're
what?
The moment...
Bro, what is wrong with this girl? By the way, you guys probably don't know this unless you've seen one of my previous videos, but this girl was on a previous panel with Fresh and Fit, and she was the most delusional girl ever. She continued to say, in that video, ironically, that she doesn't care about how much money a man makes, and now she's talking about how a guy better provide for her. Like, that takes money. And you were saying in the last video that you don't care about a guy making money. These women don't... Reality's not interesting to them. It's not relevant. It's not even a priority.
Provide me what I want. I want a bigger house. I want a bigger car. I want a bigger...
Wait, is this the same woman that was saying she doesn't care about how much money a man makes a few episodes ago? What is happening, bruh?
Wait, I'm actually...
but you're a provider. And when you're married, you're my man. Provide for me.
I'm glad...
What is happening right now?
No, I'm glad you said that because that's what modern women do. Actually, one of the number one indicators that a woman is going to leave is if she starts to out-earn her man. And so
she's mocking the idea of being provided for. Either that, and that's incoherent, or she's actually serious. Again, also incoherent, because then she's admitting that she doesn't think she has roles either.
Oh, and even when you're talking about like education, like, or they out-educate their man, like that's a very similar story that I hear often. Women.
Well, feminism tells women they need to become like the men that they despise, because a central claim of feminism is that there are no biological or psychological differences between men and women, and that includes the interests that men and women have. So when feminism says, oh, there's no difference in terms of interest that men and women have, even though obviously that's a blatant denial of reality. We all know that if we've ever been around men and women, they have completely different interests. But what this does is it trains these women to think anytime they see one of those differences, they have to bridge the gap. Oh my gosh, these men care about sports. They're all gathered around the TV watching LeBron James dunk on the other team. Oh, I better start caring about basketball too. Oh my gosh, this is a sign of oppression. Look at this. There's a difference here. Clearly oppression must be in here somewhere, because that's the only commodity that my ideology deals in, is power and oppression. Okay, well, all right, I'm oppressed, right? All right, I know what I'll do. I'll go to college, go into debt, and study sports science. That'll bridge the divide. I won't be mad, sad, and miserable alone. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Vote for Biden.
Women do that constantly, and so when a man has the same standard, it's somehow like women get mad.
Exactly. So if that is the case, then we can't complain about either side. You're a provider. You do what the woman wants. A lot of men will say that it's entitlement.
Listen to how broken this female mind is. She is single. She's old, and she's talking as if she has leverage. Like she's going to tell a man what to do. Oh, you better buy me a big car. Yeah. You better get me a big house. You better do what I say. You're single. What are you talking about right now? You're single.
Well, then if you're demanding for your woman to even have sex with you when even she's not in the mood, that's entitlement no?
Men don't mind providing for women that deserve it.
Well, then a woman doesn't mind
100%.
opening her legs for a man that deserves it.
Oh,
if you act right, you'll get everything. Oh, definitely.
So why you get...
Wow. The psychopathology just admits itself. I guess she's deteriorated mentally since last episode that I saw, because that's just basically admitting it out there in the open. If you act in the image of my feminine ideology, then I'll have sex with you. That's like almost, well, it's not, there are more perverted things, but that's extremely perverted. It's in keeping with the agenda of make the world in the image of femininity. We need to feminize everything. In order for you to be a good person, you must be feminized. Only feminine attributes are praised. Masculinity is literally labeled and deemed toxic in every format. Of course, unless we need to go to war or, rescue people from a burning building or, invent civilization or uphold the infrastructure or grow the food or make all the inventions or protect everybody or enforce the laws or enforce the court system or fly the airplanes and drive the vehicles and do all science. Masculinity is not important unless we need to do those things. What we actually will do when men invent everything and build everything, create all the technology and do all the sciences, we'll then just say, yeah, a black woman is the reason why we went to the moon. True. Yeah, she did the calculations on the back of her hand. True. We went to the moon because of her, bro. Don't question it. Bigot. Don't be Don't be a bigot. Bigotry. You questioning that? You just questioned that, didn't you? You bigot. Oh my God.
Get into a relationship with someone that don't deserve it then.
Because you don't always know who you're getting
Okay,
with.
now you're waffling.
I feel gets the right people around me, because when you get to know me, you understand that this what I'm doing is to test people, because I need to
Right. This woman in her late 30s that is damaged and resentful has to test men to see if they're worthy. Yeah. It's interesting how narcissism accompanies this pathology.
know that the man that I'm getting with is emotionally mature enough to understand that I can be a
Right. If he's emotionally mature enough to be on her level and understand her, right.
powerful woman, but I can also be a
Right, very powerful. Yeah, she's very powerful. This is a powerful woman.
feminine woman that can take care of a man and nurture him.
I can ask you a question. Are you single?
I am.
Oh, that's good. That was really funny. That was funny.
Of course
Okay,
I
that's
am.
why.
Glorious.
No, it's not. Do you know why I'm single? Because I was in an abusive relationship for 5 years, and I finally decided
No,
to be.
you were in an abusive relationship with femininity that told you to resent all aspects of masculinity. You picked fights with your boyfriend. He was like, what the hell is this? He's an average guy who doesn't understand exactly what's going on the undercurrent of philosophy and psychology, and he's just like, okay, I guess my girlfriend's going crazy. Then you went crazy, and you're on a podcast talking about how no man deserve you, boss queen, but at least you're powerful, right?
Even say, actually, do you know what? This man, I'm giving everything that I can. I become a robot for this person. He didn't value me.
Did you file a police report?
I never did, because I thought I was protecting him, because I loved him.
So why didn't you file when you left?
I didn't file because I don't need to. I'll
Abusive.
explain to you.
So which one is it?
I'll explain to you why the situation got abusive. When you're dealing with somebody that wants to be in the starlight.
Oh, and now she's claiming that it was abusive. Oh, not this again. Oh my God. He was emotionally abusive. He didn't give in to me saying he must be purely in a feminine frame or he's a bad person. Let me explain something. Many of you are in immediate danger of mediocrity. Because if you don't understand what's going on here, then a feminist will actually construe you not getting what she's trying to do to you as you emotionally abusing her. If you don't understand that she's trying to make you in the image of her feminist ideology, if she's trying to feminize you, and then you're just like, yeah, well, I'm not really going to be feminized because I don't even know what you're doing, and that's basically what you're communicating to her. She will interpret that as emotional abuse and then talk about it on a podcast. But if you understand what I'm telling you and you understand, okay, she's trying to make me in the image of her feminist ideology. I need to steer clear of this. This is insane. She's driven by resentment. She's probably on the left voting for Biden because she's resentful. Then you can understand why this is taking place. The architecture of their ideology is not an accident. It's actually rather straightforward to pay attention to once you practice it enough.
And wants to be, the superstar. If you have a certain energy that calls for attention, it becomes a problem.
Right. She's the narcissist, and yeah, she couldn't handle the fact that she's supposed to be supporting her boyfriend. Because the feminist ideology, as I mentioned earlier, is ultimately narcissistic. It says reality itself must conform to our ideology. Everything is socially constructed, which is a blatant lie. That's as false as saying, a water molecule is made up of 13 hydrogens and a boron. Just factually, objectively wrong. Reality is not socially constructed. It is emergently objective and comprehensible. That's the reason why discoveries work. That's the reason why science is done. That's the reason why philosophy has made progress. But all of that is abhorrent to the degenerate leftist ethos. Guys, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoy this video, be sure to give it a like and comment down below because YouTube is censoring this. So I'll see you guys next time.